Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Ground Zero, our weekly look at what's new on citizen journalism portal Stomp.
First up, kids love climbing trees, right? But what if they live in a concrete jungle? What do you climb then?
Roofs and escalators apparently. There is a dangerous new trend among youngsters in Singapore it seems, clambering onto rooftops and other elevated urban spaces.
Sounds dangerous, especially when you take into account that they did so without any safety gear.
And for at least one young boy in his teens, it nearly became the last thing he ever did.
Stomper Fresson said he spotted the boy playing with his friends on the third floor of Clementi's City Vibe shopping mall.
Now, according to the Stomper, there was a commotion shortly before the boy fell down to the ground floor.
Police were called to the scene later and they reported that the boy was conveyed to a hospital for treatment.
A very close shave indeed. Thankfully, he survived the fall, although not without injury.
The unsettling part about this is that he's far from alone. Many more cases of high-rise stunts were reported to Stomp recently over the past few weeks.
Take the case of this student who climbed up onto a walkway roof in order to pose for his friend's picture. The photo was found on Stomper Nunu's Facebook feed with the caption, "I'm a ninja."
Aren't ninjas supposed to be stealthy instead of conspicuous? Meanwhile, Stomper Manda also spotted a pair of primary school pupils who had somehow found their way up onto the roof of this pedestrian walkway into Arpaio.
Last and probably most audacious of all, a man was spotted perched on the ledge at the Fullerton Hotel, apparently snapping pictures of passing vehicles.
So, what do our readers think of all these dangerous stunts? Well, many were, of course, concerned about safety. Stomper Happy Home in particular felt that in the case of the students, their principal should not take the matter lightly and act accordingly to prevent such things from happening again.
Others saw things differently, however. Stomper Leon said that their act showed good spirit. He said, what doesn't kill them will only make them stronger. They will gain experiences that will help them survive better in an emergency.
He continued, in comparison, those who follow the rules and stick to the correct behavior might well not know what to do in case of an emergency because they lack the experience to act out of the norm.
Well, hopefully these acts won't result in an emergency instead.
True. I do like Stomp American 60s comment, however. He said, it's nice to see there are still some kids playing like they did in the good old days. Mostly now, kids play on their computers and iPhones.
You know, I think for the most part, this sort of behavior is just, youthful energy working itself out. There are, of course, much safer ways to get your kicks. After all, there is the Outward Bound School, OBS, and other youth activities you can do in a much more controlled, safer environment.
Agreed. And at least, they won't be cracking any tiles while they are there. Up next, we look at another group in danger. Not people this time, but animals and fish.
More in the next clip.